I am just grateful to be here. Are there Minnesotans in the house somewhere? Yay. Okay. Only Minnesotans raise their hand instead of clapping, just so you know. Very polite. And I also want to thank my co-chairs who are right over there, just incredible leaders in the Senate. It is Roger Wicker, who I enjoy working with very much, and also, of course, Gus is doing this today. And I did want to say this is a huge crowd, an Olympic-sized crowd. I don't know why, being from Minnesota, that the Olympics are on my mind. Maybe because we won the most gold medals of any state. Maybe because we had like a fourth of the women's hockey team and Jessie Diggins and these incredible leaders. But what's really exciting about Minnesota is that, and the word Olympics, is that this summer we are hosting the Special Olympics in the Twin Cities. So we're really excited about that. So I know that for some of you it was not easy to get here, and I want to just thank you through some really tough times in our politics of continuing to not look away or look down, but to look at each other and look up. In Minnesota, we say follow the North Star to fulfill your purpose and to really help people that maybe you don't even know. Obviously, for many of you, you're helping your own families and friends, but you're also helping people that couldn't get here today, that need someone to be their voice. And I want to thank you for doing that. I am the one that sat behind the Supreme Court at the State of the Union. That was the hottest seat in the House, as you can imagine. There was a lot of incoming going on with the tariff decision. But I still tend to believe that you've got to find common ground, as I do with my Republican colleagues all the time. I was #1 for bipartisan bills 2 Congress ago, #3 for passing bills into law. I believe it's really important. And when it comes to rare diseases, there should be no political divides on supporting you with what you do. Because we know rare is not really rare when it's you. There are more than 10,000 known rare diseases. In the US, 30 million people are living with a rare disease. That doesn't sound that rare to me. That's a lot of people, and it's nearly 1 in every 10 Americans. And we know that the fight against rare diseases isn't just about the numbers. It's about our brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, friends and neighbors. Each breakthrough in a treatment or a cure brings hope to people who have spent years searching for answers and fighting for effective treatments. That's why time is so important. Government is not always like fast, right? My friend from Michigan, nope. But we have to try to make it fast when it comes to this, safe but fast. Through my work as the co-chair of the Rare Disease Congressional Caucus, I fought to strengthen research and expand access to new cutting-edge medicines, as well as generics that can be repurposed to treat rare disorders. Thank you, person who likes the generics being repurposed, yay. With all of the progress we're making with mapping the human genome, the progress that's been going on for decades, I know a little bit about this. Minnesota is a place where, in the words of our poet laureate Garrison Keillor, the women are strong, the men are good looking, and all the medical research is above average. We've got the University of Minnesota, but we also have Mayo Clinic. And so with all of the work that's been done in mapping the human genome, the research trials, AI, if used smartly and effectively with guidelines, we are truly at the cusp, and that's why I don't want to go backwards right now. We are at the cusp of groundbreaking developments when it comes to diagnosis, when it comes to treating and curing. So that's why this is not the time to back down on investment in our federal agencies and research. It's actually the time to ramp up. Thousands of scientists, clinicians are working hard to make these breakthroughs, and the last thing they need are their grants frozen or taken away. That's why I've worked with my colleagues over the years to increase funding, and this has been a bipartisan effort to NIH. to improve collaboration across federal agencies and build communication with patient groups and science organizations. The caucus is also going to keep pushing to make sure the research, review, and approval process for rare disease therapies is fair and effective. As you know, we had a big win on that front a couple of years ago when the FDA established our country's first ever rare disease innovation hub, which is opening doors for patient advocates, small biotech, and researchers to have a seat at the table. I'm pushing to expand the reach of the Innovation Hub because now more than ever we need a consistent voice for rare disease at the FDA. And of course, thanks to your persistence, your hard work, the bipartisan Give Kids a Chance Act is now law. Which will enable kids to access combination therapy trials and help incentivize the development of treatments for rare pediatric diseases. This also reauthorized the Rare Pediatric Priority Review Voucher Program. Okay, one person, yes, oh yes. That supports the longest applause line ever. That supports the development of treatments for the most challenging diagnoses. To ensure there's no delay in helping kids access these treatments, we also passed into law that bipartisan bill, the Accelerating Kids Access to Care Act, that gets rid of the red tape so that kids with rare diseases covered by Medicaid don't have a delay in their treatment when they need to be treated by a specialist in another state. Maddie particularly likes that bill because the zebra's from another state, it's a whole thing. So building on this momentum, I look at some of our challenges. I identified one of these, just not having this push and pull when it comes to these grants and making sure that we continue funding for NIH. I was not a fan of these Medicaid cuts. I'm not going to go on. It's just met with some of my rural hospitals today. It's been a very difficult thing. So we'll continue to work on those issues. The other thing I want to just see is more people doing this kind of work. So what does that mean? That means investing in STEM education, stronger incentives for training, college, grad school. I was just in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and went to their tech program and was just amazed the work and advancements with training for nursing degrees of all levels and the like. That is a piece of this because of course that gets to the treatment, and this community understands how important it is not just to have the research but also to have medical professionals in place and especially available in some areas that tend to be healthcare deserts. But to me it also means reforms that address the current green card, visa, and work permit application backlogs so that doctors and researchers from abroad are able to train, practice, and stay in America. I publicly registered my opposition and will continue to seek changes to the administration's $100,000 fee for H-1B petitions. That's a lot of money, Maddie, just so you know. I also lead the bipartisan legislation to expand Conrad 30. I have a bunch of Republicans on that bill, which over the years has given more than 22,000 international doctors. They go to medical school in America, and they actually get their training here, but then they have to go back for their residency, and this allows them to serve underserved areas, including rural areas, including urban areas that are underserved. So these are just, to me, like super smart ideas of how we up our game when it comes to treatment and staffing in our medical system, but when it also comes to research. I think you know how many of our like Nobel Prize winners from America were actually born in other countries. So it's my belief that immigrants don't diminish America, they are America, and I just want to make sure that we are working on this as well. So, I am not going to give up this fight because I think about what our work means to people. I think about one of the board members of Every Life. I met your board chair out there from Minnesota, Amy, yay. But one member who I brought up before, Abby Hauser, who I know isn't here, but she's among the 30 million living with rare disease. I know her through her patient advocacy. She was born with a condition that causes chronic pain, frequent bruising, and other symptoms, but that didn't stop her from thriving. And after finishing the Chicago Marathon, see, we have just Olympians in the making all the time. She said this, she said, "I hope anyone who sees me run sees a world of capabilities the next time they see a person with a disability. Everyone has a right to chase their dreams, no matter the size or how it's accomplished. All it takes is some relentless forward progress and the guts to dare greatly." I think that kind of describes all of your work that you're doing on the Hill, the guts to dare greatly. You're daring greatly for you and your family members, but you're also daring greatly that this democracy and this Congress can continue to have your backs and continue to move forward on treatments and cures and put that research in. As I said, we're on this incredible moment in time where our country has been leading when it comes to research, that we continue that to get to that next great breakthrough. You are proving every day that progress happens when we listen to patients, when we invest in science and work together across party lines. For that, you deserve a gold medal. Thank you, everyone, and thanks for having me. Thank you.